Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today, February 22nd. I am standing because I feel like it. And they give you more of an overview because I've been requested to do my collection video, which I will do soon. And I have been asked to do an updated room tour, though my room is so small and it's so compact. But actually, I'll talk about the overview thing after the video because I have something else I gotta say. First off, I am wearing I survived Horpack year 1 when actually, as of today, it is year 2. This is the day I got my very first Horpack unboxing. It has been fun, even with all the goddamn duplicates I've gotten. But I am not complaining because I love Horpack, I love Chris and Diego. Their customer service is awesome! I mean, I've had to email them about tracking info problems, and they've answered me right away. And of course, some of you may or may not remember, I gotta find a DVD to show this on. Okay, I'll just use my Buffy DVD. One of my Horpack DVDs came in with the spine almost completely broken. I showed them a picture of it, and for next month's Horpack, I got a replacement case. And see, that's the kind of service I want, and I've gotten with Horpack. They're awesome, and I'm staying with them, even with all the duplicates. But yeah, and also, I gotta give 3 shout-outs to the 4 ladies who got me into this subscription service. Of course, Jenna over at the Horror, Vanessa at Hello Horror, and of course, Christina and Sarah at Creepenstein. All three of their channels, I watched a lot of their Horpack unboxings, and it made me want to join. So I'm gonna leave the links for their channels down below. So today's video is gonna be a mashup of kind of everything because I don't have a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays to show because I'm a new driver. So I got my N back in March. From March until 2 weeks ago, I've never had to drive in the snow. And the one day I did, because I said, no, you're going to do it. I ended up an hour and a half after I started, a little off topic before we get to this, I had one of my panic attacks. First one in about 6 months. And then driving home was 10 times worse. And I ended up having a terrible stress headache. And I had told them before I left that if we're getting another snowstorm, don't expect me. And they're like, yeah, well, they didn't expect me that day. But yeah, we got the snowstorm. I called them and told them I wasn't coming in. And then the next morning, I woke up at 11:30 at night because I work at 3 a.m. So I get up at 1:30 in the morning. And I go to bed at 6 at night the next day. I'm not a partier. I don't go to bars or whatever, so that's fine. But I woke up at 11:30 to go to the washroom, and the roads were absolutely clear. 2 hours later, I woke up, and it was snowing like a bitch, and the roads were absolutely covered. I tried to get to work. I'd phoned them and told them, how badly do you need me? They said, pretty bad. I go, yeah, but I'm just letting you know it's snowing. They're like, what? And he looked out. My supervisor that night looked outside. He went, oh no. I go, I will try, but if I'm not there between 3 a.m. and 3:15, you obviously know I'm not coming. I didn't even make it off my fucking street. And so I lost 2 shifts, and then this week they cut hours. So I usually get 5-hour shifts, and this week I only got 2. But what can you do? And we're having a frickin' snowstorm again. Ah! So that's why funds have been kind of tight for my movies. But this is what I've gotten, since my last update, which was January 25th. So I'm going to show 2 vinyls I got. I'm also going to show all the books I've gotten, and then the movies. So 4.5 minutes later, but, oh, excuse me. I told you guys a lot about a couple of the thrift stores I go to in town, and there's one I've been going to since I was a teenager called Crazy Bob's, and he sells everything, like 8-tracks, cassettes, vinyl, VHSs, DVDs, and Blu-rays. I love going to his store, and that And so I wanted to look at the soundtracks, because as I stated, the only things I want to buy on vinyl are horror film soundtracks or sci-fi. I saw this one and I was like, well, you're making an exception for this because it is the soundtrack to Eddie and the Cruisers. So I like a lot of songs on this one. I prefer the second movie and the second soundtrack, but even they said the second soundtrack is extremely hard to get. But I mean, I want to get the soundtrack to Bohemian Rhapsody on vinyl. I'm not paying $60. Not a chance in hell. I'll do it if the price goes down, but not at $60. Like this and the other one combined together only came to like $19. So I got Eddie and the Cruisers, and everybody could tell I was gonna get this because I literally went ah! in the middle of the store. I've been looking for the fucking CD of this for about 10 years. It's been too much money, because I mean, I'm not paying $45 for a CD either. I couldn't believe I found this. I haven't listened to it yet, but I am so excited because it's one of my favorite Tangerine Dream scores. Firestarter. I fucking love this soundtrack. And Flash Final, if it's the right track I'm thinking of, when all hell breaks loose after Dad dies, and then she lets her fire loose. I think that's the one I love, but oh my god, I couldn't, like, look at that. $9.85 for this. So, and that, like, yeah, it's used, but I mean, I don't care. It's Firestarter by Tangerine Dream, which I have wanted for a long fucking time. So now we'll get to the books. I went back to that place I usually go to called the Bookworm, because it was listed on their site that they had it, and it's the third in the All Souls trilogy, which is Discovery of Witches. And I got the Book of Life, and this is the final book. And I had a tough time trying to get book 2, because I think anybody who's got Shudder has either watched the show and then wanted to read the book, because almost every chapters that I can go to has been sold out of the book. And I was like, I'm not driving all the way to Vancouver paying almost $15 for parking just to get a book. So I ordered it off Amazon.ca, and that's book 2, Shadow of Night. And I've been reading this off and on for the past 2 weeks. And I say that because I finished the first book in 6 days, so you can tell this is kind of what they call a really big slow burn, which upsets me. And next book we got in Coffin Box, and I stated in that video that the price of this, because I live in Canada, the price of this paid for the box itself, and that was Black Mad Wheel by Josh. I can't say his last name, but he wrote Bird Box, which I have read. But yeah, the Canadian price of this was $33.50, and usually the box with the conversion and the shipping cost me maybe $40. So this and the Rue Morgue basically paid for the box itself. Then I went to Chapters, because they were having like a big, for the rewards people like myself, you can get 20% off your purchase. So I was looking around. I saw this the last time we were there. It doesn't have an author. I think it's just anonymous, but I thought, well, this would be a kind of spooky read. Slender Man, not based on the movie, which I still have not watched yet, but it's funny. I love horror films, but horror books is a different thing, because I think it has to do with the fact I have such an active and fucked up imagination. So, but I do have some horror books, just not a lot, but I want to read this. And another one I have never read. I am really shocked that I haven't read it, but Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I have seen the Boris Karloff movie, and of course the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which came out in 1994 with Robert De Niro. Then I found this, because I saw the trailer. I probably will wait for video for this, but it's a book called After. Don't know too much about it, but my book taste, I love young adult books. Like, I love the Hunger Games series, Harry Potter, for fucking sure. Mortal Instruments, Infernal Devices, I think it's called. Yeah, I think it's called that. And the Throne of Glass series, the Vampire Academy series. I absolutely love that. But I find I gravitate more towards young adult books. So, well, why not? I find them more fun. Like, it's not really a book or a movie I would read or watch, but I have The Fault in Our Stars, which is a damn great movie. So, and then the last one I got is this one-off for the All Souls trilogy called Time Convergent, or whatever. So, they're actually going to start filming season 2 of Discovery of Witches in March, because they said they picked up season 3 and 4, or season 3 and 4, season 2 and 3. Because it's only 3 books, but they basically put the entire first book into 8 episodes. So, okay, now finally we will get to the movies. Like I said, there's not a lot, but one of the other thrift stores I go to downtown, he's only been open for 2 years, but I get a lot of fines, and a lot of the time he will take money off. He always tells me to pay with cash because he doesn't have to charge me the PST GST that we have up here in BC. But, I mean, seriously, you tell me how many of us actually walk around with cash. I rarely do. But I found, and I've never seen this, and I love his remake of it, and that is El Madarachi. I have never seen this. I cannot believe it. But I love Desperado. Why am I looking over there? I was trying to find it, but it's not there. But yeah. I don't know how I'll feel about this because, like I said, I absolutely love Desperado. Even my parents love it. It's such a fun film. And then I found this because one thing I like about his place and Crazy Bob's is they put the horror separate, so it's easy for me to go look. Except for the horror Blu-rays, they keep all the Blu-rays together, which kind of annoys me. But I found Wind Chill with Emily Blunt. So I saw this on, I think I saw it on Shudder, I'm not sure. Shudder or Netflix, I'm not 100% sure. And the next bunch are what we got in January's horror pack. Haven't gotten the new ones yet. I know they've been shipped, so they should be in Canada by now, but it could be till, I would say between Monday and Wednesday when I finally get them. So for the DVDs, we got Bad Milo. Still haven't watched this, I suck. But this was one of the guesses I got right. Then there was The Girl in the Photographs. I can't remember if I got this clue right, but I'm not sure. Murder Party, and I've seen that in a couple of collection overviews, and I was like, oh, I want to see that. And then there was The Summoning. Now to the Blu-rays. The one double was the Scream Factory double feature with The Fog and The Howling, and my mom got that. I actually thought she wouldn't take it, so I asked my friend Kyle, who I work with, who is another horror fanatic, if he would want it, and I said yeah, but I told him, but I'm asking my mom. She gets dibs first, so if she says yes, which I was surprised she wanted both movies, because I was under the assumption she didn't really like either film, but actually she told me, yeah, she's like, I love The Howling in particular, and I was like, yay, okay. So the Blu-rays, there was the Atoning, Horror Pack Limited Edition number 31, Behind the Walls. And this one I was so excited for. I've seen it around like on eBay and that, and it's called Dylan Dog. I haven't read the graphic novel or the comic book that it's based on, but it was one that was on my radar. I just never got around to getting it, so thank you, Horror Pack. And then went to Walmart and picked up the following. Of course, I picked up The Girl in the Spider's Web. I love the Stieg Larsson books. The two, what's his name? The new guy who wrote the book for this and the girl with the eye for an eye, I didn't care for those books at all. And they're actually two I'm getting rid of because to me I didn't feel like this guy got the characters right. And from what I hear, this movie is unfortunately bad. But I think when you recast and that shit, then people lose interest. But I want to see this because I love the character of Elizabeth Salander, particularly in Dragon Tattoo, Played with Fire, and Kick the Hornet's Nest. So we shall see, even though the opinions are very mixed on Claire Foy as Elizabeth, so I shall see how it is. And of course, but I don't know if I want to watch it now or wait till next Christmas, and that is The Grinch. And everybody's like, why are they making another Grinch movie? I'm like, I don't know, just because. But the fact that Benedict Cumberbatch voices the Grinch, that was the big seller for me. Because I love Benedict Cumberbatch. And though I wanted this on Blu-ray, the DVD was the only thing Walmart got, but it was $12.88, so I wasn't complaining. Mermaid, Lake of the Dead, and I've heard actually nothing but bad things about that, which is kind of disappointing, but it's a Scream Factory release, so that's probably going to be the only redeeming quality. I don't know, but I shall check it out. And like I said, I don't really order from Scream Factory or Shout Factory because of the shipping. To ship a movie and a poster, to me, should not be like $15.99. But with my problems I've been having with Amazon.ca, like I had ordered Memoirs of an Invisible Man, and after waiting around my fucking house from like the time I woke up at 8 in the morning till 6 at night, and when we were gonna go see Mission Impossible Fallout, the Amazon truck hadn't showed up, and then he shows up and he calls me and says, I told him where to go. I get home, there's no package on my porch. And I emailed Amazon and I said, hey, I told this guy to put it on my porch. I've looked everywhere, there's nothing. I want a fucking refund because, and I ranted on this person's ass, saying that I don't think it's right that it's scanned into Vancouver at 4 in the fucking morning and he's delivering it at 6:30 at night. So, and then 2 weeks later, the landscaper guys had buzzed our number to say that we found a package in the bushes with your name on it. And it was the Memoirs of an Invisible Man. So I took a picture of that and showed it to Amazon. .ca, and I said, yeah, you know that package I complained that I never got? He didn't even make an effort to go to my house. He just threw it in the fucking bushes, and this is the result. So hopefully after that, he got fired. So, but I was not going to take a chance, and I did want the poster, and this I find is an extremely underrated slasher film. And after the last couple years I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it, but I really don't hear people say that they saw it in the theater like I did back in 2001. And it is a great fucking movie. And that, of course, is Valentine, which I watched the day before because I was going to watch My Bloody Valentine 3D. And I was going to watch 50 Shades series because I did that last Halloween. And I said, no, I want to stick to the horror films. So I actually watched Bram Stoker's Dracula. But Bram Stoker's Dracula is fucking awesome. And then the movie we got in our coffin box was, I was going to say Roadkill, but that is the name, Roadkill. Joyride 3, don't own this, so it's nice to have one come in the box that I don't own. And then, because I have a region-free DVD player, and I found out this was out, and I had some money on my credit card, I bought it. That, of course, is Discovery of Witches Season 1. So it is, before anybody goes, yay, it is region locked, because I did try it on because I have 2 Blu-ray DVD players in my room, and my LG is locked, my Sony is not. So I tried this in the LG, and it says will only play on region 2 players. So it does play on my Sony region free, so keep that in mind if you want to get it, because, yeah, I did watch this on Shudder, but that's one thing about me is I do love my physical copies. So I went out and bought this not long after I watched the entire show. So I love Discovery of Witches. So can't wait for season 2 whenever it will come. And then last one, I remember watching this years ago, and then I saw it on TV, and I was like, I don't have this. I'm going to find it again. Found it for like $5 on eBay, and that is Chasing Liberty. Because I like Mandy Moore. I loved A Walk to Remember. And to me, she's never really been used until that This Is Us, which I don't watch. But I loved 47 Meters Down, so it was nice to see her in something else. But I remember liking this. I haven't watched it in a long time. But there we go. So yeah, that is all the books, vinyls, and movies I got in the last month. And the thing I wanted to say about the collection, because I've been doing this the last 2 days, I just haven't gone through the horror films because I don't plan to, but I was looking at them the other day, and I was realizing there were a lot of movies that I've had that I don't watch anymore. So I went through all my TV shows, all my movies up until the sci-fi genre, because the horror is not getting touched, because a lot of them I want to watch, rewatch, and first time, blah blah blah. I got rid of not a lot, but quite a few that I have. This section right, well, I'll take it. This section right here, I can actually put the books I'm reading and going to read, because I always, as you can tell, I always double stack. But, I mean, I got rid of a big shelf. So, what I'm doing with that is I'm letting my parents go through the TV shows and movies. They already took Elementary. Oh, excuse me, because I had seasons 1 through 4 of Elementary. I watched the first season, but then I wasn't really in a big hurry to watch the second season, and I haven't gotten season 5 or 6 on DVD, so just move this back. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to get rid of it. And there's some, like, Secret Diary of a Call Girl I got because I love Billie Piper and Doctor Who, and I did like this, but I mean, the last time I watched this series in full was 2014, so it's been sitting on my shelf. And another big example is The Notebook, because you might have saw. I love the book. I'm not really a big fan of the movie. Like, the movie came out in, prime example, the movie came out in 2004. I had the DVD. I've had the Blu-ray. I've watched the movie one time. So that's like, it's been out for 15 fucking years. I've watched it one time. So to me, that warrants getting rid of. Shoot 'em Up, which I do love. But it's sat on my shelf for 11 years, and I just decided to go through them, and anything I haven't watched between 5 and 10 years, and some blind buys I got rid of, because some of them I was like, you know, I'm never going to get at them, so I just got rid of them. So what I'm doing is, like I said, my parents have first dibs, then I'm going to let my two friends, Scott and Kyle, go through them. And then I'm probably going to post on Facebook the ones I plan to sell. I haven't really decided yet, because it might just be easy to take them down to the pawn shop anyway instead of sending them out, because I do have quite a bit I'm getting rid of. Like, I think I got rid of about 50 to 60 titles, so which doesn't seem like a lot, but the fact that now because every time I was putting books on top of books, like right here. And now I actually have an empty shelf where I can put the books that I am reading and going to read. So, but yeah, that was another thing. How do you guys would like? Never mind. No, that doesn't work out. I don't know when I will get to the collection overview, because I have stated I only work 5 hours between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m. But it is such a physical job. I get really tired. When I get home, and unfortunately I can't sleep. I can't take a nap because I know I won't sleep that night. But because I don't want to do like what I did last year, which is when I took them all out and showed them like I do with my hauls. But now that I have a tripod, it should be easy just to kind of find a spot to put this on and then just show you. But like I said, I don't know when I'm going to start this. I know it's been requested to do a collection overview, because every time I try to do one, you know how it is, you're holding your iPhone and then going like this, and then your hand gets sore, yada yada yada. And for someone who has over close now with all those movies taken out, like 2850 in the collection now, and you get tired and then you get discouraged. So at least now with the tripod I won't have that problem. But it's just a question of when I want to do this. You think now that I've had 4 days, I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. You think I get on the ball, but I went through all my books, and that's like $500. I wish. 500 books I went through, and I got rid of quite a bit. So I don't know when I'll get around to do it, but I won't be doing one genre in one video, because hello, I got close to 900 horror films and probably close to 600-700 sci-fi fantasy films. So I will do them like 15 to 20 minute videos, but I really haven't decided yet. Okay, now this has probably been the longest fucking video I've done in a long time, because I've been ranting and raving, weather, and shit like that. But yeah, guys, that is all that I've gotten. Tell me what you think of these titles. Particularly, I want to know what everybody's feeling on the girl in the spider web was, because I reread the book, and I'm not a fan of his, that author's new interpretation of the books. I'm really not. Because to me, the characters aren't the same as they are in Stieg Larsson's books, which I am so keeping. So, and if any of you guys, well, I just killed Dylan Dog. If any of you have watched any of the Horror Pack DVDs and Blu-rays, please let me know what you think. I cannot say Blu-rays anymore. Let me know what you think of these titles, particularly Dylan Dog and Murder Party. I think those are the two I'm so excited for. So yeah, guys, that's enough. That's my video's now at 26 minutes, but that's okay. I got nothing to do on a Friday. So, okay, so like I said, I will be up in the air about when I will start the collection overview. And I just killed a pop. Oh, it's my Ellen Ripley pop. And I went through my pops too, and I got rid of some. Not a lot, but because the only ones that are really out are my horror theme ones. I have Smog, Godzilla, Ludo, Mr. Snuffleupagus, which might be weird, but it was my favorite character in Sesame Street. I have Elliot from Pete's Dragon, the OG, Winnie the Pooh, and Grumpy Bear from Care Bears. But the only ones I kept were all those, my Marvel ones, my Firefly, and Star Trek ones, but a lot of the others I just got rid of. I was like, these are just taking up space in there. Okay, I've rambled along long enough, so yeah, let me know what you guys think of these titles for the books and the movies. But like I said, don't know when I will get to watch the oh, excuse me, the blind buys, because we know I am so terrible at that. So until my next video, guys, whenever that will be, I hope you all have a great weekend. Watch a shitload of movies, and of course, as always, like, comment, please subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye, guys.